Hi, I'm Wizzy, and I just wanted to give a quick video to discuss my strategy for feeling special in double trouble in a 500. This isn't really good for grinding 500s, it's a pretty terrible method, but it did work for me in getting my first clear, which I think a lot of other people also have trouble with, and was much more reliable for me than actually learning how to do it properly. So, essentially the method is just stand in the middle and rely on chugging some restores and specking and trying to just get through it. So you need to have pretty good supplies going in. I think in this clip I had, in my successful run, I had 11 restores, which was more than enough. Overall, I never had issues. No, I had 10, but still more than enough. So around when we've been in the room for about 40 seconds, I try to just get into the middle right here so that I'm going to be right in the center of the room on these 4 middle tiles when Akkha does his special. That's really the whole method. So I just tank, even tanking the melee, not a big deal. Then I'm just standing in the middle. The biggest issue that a lot of people have, and that I had, is that you can't get to the middle. That's why I have all of these weird tile markers for some other options to getting into the middle. I think Lord Hisoka had a method, and Red Eye Jedi had a method. Both of those I tried to use, but I just couldn't get them to be reliable because I'm not very good at the game. So I just ended up with this method, where I'm in the middle to begin with, so I don't need to get to the middle because you're already there. So with that, I can just get to the right tile to start, solve it in the middle. You can walk out of the middle towards the end if you need to solve, but it's pretty straightforward. Then just stay in the middle. Let Akkha do the pathing for you. Now, for the pillars, ordinarily, if you don't have Feeling Special and Double Trouble active, you'd want to be on sort of this row, so you can do the 1-tick skip if you miss the timing, especially in this raid level because our DPS isn't very high. But because we're in Feeling Special, Double Trouble, and we're in a level 4 Akkha, there's so much extra time because the timer gets paused during the specials, and you're going to see so many of them, that there really isn't any issues with the DPS skips. I've done quite a few of these runs trying to get my clear, and I never failed one once. So you can really just sort of AFK both in the middle, which is what we're doing here. And with the extra time, we'll be able to get the kill before it does the special. So you don't actually have to worry about being near the edge for the skip. We could just stay in the middle and we'll never have to skip. Now you can see there's 6 new tiles, so that means that we get 12 ticks or 3 extra BOFA hits just for free. And we could do even more during the tiles, during the Simon Says actual special if we wanted to, if we needed to. But generally that's not actually an issue. So we started out, we ran away from Akkha for a bit. Now we are hitting him, we got to get back into the center. Again, that's sort of our whole plan. Make some misclicks because they're bad. And now we're back in the center. And now here we're in the center on a melee phase, or on a mage phase, and that's ordinarily considered not very good. But realistically, with Light Bearer and Yellow Karis, it's just not a big deal. So again, we're in the center, where we want to be, get to the right quadrant, solve it easily because we're already in the center, then go back to the quadrant we need to pull Akkha into, pull Akkha, back in the center, and we're just going to chill here. And we do want to sit a little low for this method because we're relying on our specs and we want to be sort of regenning into them. But again, you get so much extra time because of how many specs you're going to see. They can really sort of milk the Karis because you're going to be able to regen as much as you need. I never even came close to having any issues with like taking damage and being unable to heal. And again, now we just reset, and that's really all of it. Blah, blah, blah. Still stand in the middle, just tank in the melees, not a big deal. Still in the middle, now it goes to range phase. Oh, look, another special. We're already in the middle, blah, blah, blah. Go through it, still in the middle, shooting the pillars. Really try not to automatically resummon thralls every time he switches, or else you'll run out of prayer, really, because you can really burn through it. Just make sure you have a thrall up of any style so that it can hit the pillar, because any style can hit the pillar, and that's the only time when your DPS really matters. Again, as you can see, we're sure lowish on HP, but we have 100% spec. So we're going to take an extra hit here. And, oh, no, we're going to do it now, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, let's spec now. And we're going to have so much time to regen. So it's really not a big deal that we're just taking hits in the middle. We're going to have more than enough prayer because we're just being careful on prayer in general. And we're not worried. We're not dodging. We're not missing any specials. We're just dodging them perfectly because we're in the middle. We can kite a little bit, but we want to make sure that we're in the middle well before he has any chance to use his specs. And we can just keep going like this. I think we're going to spec at a bit high HP here because we want to make sure, as you can see here, that we have enough time to regen before the final phase, because we want to be able to have full HP and another spec during final phase if possible. Though I think in this clip I just dodged everything. It wasn't a big deal. But you can definitely give yourself a bit of wiggle room because really, you're not taking very much damage even if you're just tanking the melee hits. It's not a big deal. So we just stand to the middle, dodge another special, very easy because we are in the middle. And then here I just dodge, take a couple hits near the end, I believe. But and we're done. And it's really that simple. So there's no need to worry about nailing the perfect, take perfect, running around like a crazy person, feeling special double trouble for a 500. Because you can just sort of do it like that, and you'll get your clear. So good luck, and comment if you have any questions about the method.